Good morning once again, and welcome to today's class. Today we are going to talk about something very simple, and I don't want to consume more of your time because the learning is in the doing. So I'm gonna try my level best so that I summarize this topic as possible as I can. So today we are going to look at the cycle mode and the one-shot mode. Because right now I know you can pick coins on your own, you can use indicators. So how are you going to benefit more from this crypto market space? How are you going to benefit more from this crypto market space? So we have two strategies. We have two instructions we can give to our robot to operate. Like, we have the cycle mode, where when you enter a trade, prices rise, the robot sells, and it buys again. Prices rise, it sells again. It buys again, prices rise, it sells again. But in most cases, if you don't know how to use the cycle mode, when the robot will buy at this point here, the market will have what we call a correction or a downward trend, and you will be stuck in a floating loss of almost 90%. Yes, it is possible. So today I want us to look about how we can set our robot in a cycle mode way, and we reduce the risks of staying in a floating loss. Like, this is what I mean. When the robot buys, the prices go up, it sells, but it does not buy at this price. It waits for the market to come down, it buys again, it rises, it sells. It comes back again, it buys, it rises, it sells. So how are you going to set that? We are going to be discussing about that. It is called the cycle mode. And we have the one-shot mode, whereby when you instruct the robot to buy at a certain price, when the prices rise and the robot sells, when the robot sells, it does not buy again. It does not buy again. It will wait for your other instructions. Like, I know most of you do this business as a part-time business or as a side hustle business. So in most cases, you will not have time to check on your robot each and every time to see whether it has sold so that you can trade another coin. Okay, so if you are that kind of person who has no time to check on your robot to see whether it has sold so that you enter another trade, then this cycle mode will be good for you. And if you are that kind of person that has time, that whenever a robot sells, you can enter another trade at any given moment of time, then you can still decide to use the one shot, or you can decide to use both of them. Like, if you have enough capital, you can divide it into two. Maybe you have your $500. You can divide it by 2 and you get 250. You use it in a cycle mode, and 250 you use it in a one shot. Okay, I hope that is clear. And I would advise, if you want to use both of the strategies, at least have a minimum of $500. At least. Okay, the least minimum, let it be $400. You make it $200 in each strategy. So how do we going to set our robot to work in a cycle mode using the indicators? Okay, because in order to benefit from this strategy, you have to be using indicators. You have to be using indicators to avoid your robot to buy at a higher price. Remember, we are trying to minimize the risks of staying in a floating loss for a longer time. So we are going to use the two indicators we already know right now, that is the MACD and the RSI. Okay, MACD and the RSI. So what do you base on while using the RSI in a cycle mode? Remember, while using these indicators, you have to focus more on the 15 minutes time frame. Like for instance, let's open any other coin. I don't say that you trade BNX because it is going to be delisted. In fact, let me use another example. Like for instance, I have my pumping coins I know and I love them so much. One is Bell, another one is Cake, Bake, those coins. I told you to make a list of your own favorite coins, okay? So we are going to take Cake as an example. You see? Let's try to look around here. We are in a 4-hour time frame, and this is how the market looks like. Okay, this is how the market looks like. When you are in a bigger time frame, you'll never know that in a shorter time frame, people make money every passing minute, because this candle to close, it takes it 4 hours. But during those 4 hours, do you know that people can make almost 3 successful trades in those 4 hours? Like when you go in a shorter time frame, okay? When you go in a shorter time frame, like here, the market, it drops, it rises, they sell, it drops again, the robot buys, it rises, it sells again. But within this period, or let's say within this period here, let's try to count the candles. Remember, each candle here is taking 15 minutes to open and to close. So let's try to see how many candles are in this cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Okay, there are 14 candles. So if there are 14 candles, that means, remember, each candle is taking 15 minutes to open and close. So that means 15 times 14. 15 times 14. It will give us something like 210. So these are minutes, 210. If you want to get hours, you divide 210 divided by 60. Something like 3.5 hours. Okay, 3.5 hours. Now, if you focus on one candle, or if you focus on the market within a 4-hour time frame, you do never know that within that short period of time, people have made sales for several times. So, we are teaching you not to miss out on any opportunity presented in the market space. So, how are you going to do it? We are going to use the RSI. If we are going to use the RSI, come up with the list of coins that you know that they are highly volatile and they don't stay long in a market. I know you know those coins. And if you are new, please take time to note these coins. Okay? We have so many pumping coins. So take your time, note them down in order to be easy for you to monitor them at any time. So if you get a coin of your choice, like today I'm going to use cake as an example, you tap on create, Martingale strategy bot, again create, then click on trade settings and click on manually create. Come on my template or choose a strategy setting. You choose a strategy. Okay? You choose a strategy. But with this strategy, we are going to make a little bit of adjustments. Okay? But before we go into those adjustments, first scroll down, click on advanced settings here. I hope you all see it, advanced settings. Then come here, where you see one shot, make it cycle. You just tap on it once and it will change to cycle. Then here at first buy trigger condition, initially it will be showing trigger price. Touch on the trigger price, then change to RSI. Then come here on condition here. When do you want your robot to buy? Is it when the RSI of 6 is in the oversold area or 20 and below? I told you anything below 40 is good. So come on, touch on the oversold, then select less than and edit this 20 to 40, less than 40. Then the price range and highest range. Okay, for now just don't focus on this area here. Just don't focus on this area here. So after setting that, come here on margin call configuration or margin configuration here. So this setting is applied to people of $200. Even if you have $100, you can use it, but basically I would prefer that people of at least $200 use this strategy. So how are we going to do this? First of all, if you have your 200, you can decide to make your first buy to be 50, leaving you with 150 for margin calls. Our goal is to make sure that within these 4 first margin calls. Remember, they are sold at once. So our goal is to make sure that on our $200 capital, we make sure that at least 100 go in these 4 margin calls plus the first buy. Now our first buy is 50, meaning we are left with 50 to be distributed into these 4 margin calls. So just come and say 50 divided by 4 50 divided by 4. I'm trying to look for the easiest way to distribute this 50. Like we can say that on margin call number 1 and margin call number 2, our robot will buy using $10. 10 here. So this is 20. We are left with 30. So margin call number 3, we make it 15, and here 15. This is 30 plus the 20, giving us the 50. So how are you going to set your 50? How are you going to set your 50? Now come on your calculator, because we are going to be setting this part here, in order to instruct our robot to buy using the 50. Remember, while you're using this strategy, you will have one first buy in amount. You will have one first buy in amount. Yes, with this strategy, you only use one first buy. You don't need to change that immediately after a robot buying, you come and change your first buy in amount. No. You only set it once, because it will buy in your absence. So how will you know in order to come and change? So we have to apply these settings at once. So some mathematics is going to apply. Some mathematics, of course, it has to do apply. So let's open our calculator. Our goal, how much do we want our robot to buy here when the market drops by 0.1? We want our robot to buy using $10. But remember, we set our first buy as 50. So how are we going to instruct our robot to buy using only 10, yet the first buy is 50? So come on your calculator. You say that 10 divided by 50. 10 is the amount of money you want your robot to put in the market when the market drops by 0.1. So in your first margin call, you want your robot to put in $10, but your first buy in amount is 50. So to get the multiple time, you have to divide 10, or you have to divide the amount you want your robot to put in the market and divide it by the first buy in amount. So it will give you 0.2. 0.2. Let's confirm. Is it correct? 0.2 times 50. You see, it is $10. So you are going to come here and change. We are going to change this one and this one, because these settings, the third and the fourth margin call, also have different settings. So come on margin call number 1 and put 0.2. Even on margin call number 2, put 0.2. Meaning that on your first margin call, the robot will put in $10. The second margin call, it will put in $10. So these are 20. But our goal is to make these first 4 50, or to make sure $50 are divided and distributed into these 4 margin calls. So now we are left with margin call number 3 and margin call number 4, which will be $15 and $15. How are we going to get the $15 settings? Again, the same calculations. Just come and say 15 divided by 50, giving you 0.3. So you come here and change to 0.3, then 0.3. Now we have already set our first 4 margin calls that will be sold at once. But we are not controlling the market. We are not saying that the market will only drop by, let's say this is 7 and 3. It will not drop by 1%. We are not sure because we don't control the market. So we have to also set these margin calls. We don't have to leave them as they are. Remember, the first buy is 50. And if we leave the settings as they are, of course our capital will be insufficient. So we have to keep on editing. How much do you want your robot to put in the market? Within margin calls from 5 to 19 or to any margin call number you want. How much do you want? I would say that 10 or 5, depending on your capital. Like for instance, this example is of a person using $200, and currently we are remaining with only 100. Remember, we had 200 minus the first buy, which was 50, giving you 150. Then this 150 minus 50, which went into the 4 margin calls, meaning we are left with only $100. So with $100, one can decide that he or she wants his robot to buy using $5 or $10. So for a person using $5, okay, for a person using $5, let me take you to the calculator. It will be 100 divided by 5, giving you 20 margin calls, which is good. Remember, our goal is to look for safety in the market. 20 margin calls is good, but one can decide to use 10. So it will be giving you 10 margin calls. So if you are using $5, then that means that you are going to have 20 margin calls. In other words, you are going to edit 20 more margin calls from the 4 we have already edited. From the 4 we have already edited, we have to edit more 10. Okay? So you come and edit. Remember, our goal is to make it $5. Sorry guys, I didn't show you how you get the $5, while the first buy is 50. It is the same calculations. Okay, $5 divided by 50 giving you 0.1. So you are going to be editing this as 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, all over these margin calls. So after you click sure, and after clicking sure, then click save, again click sure. Now just click activate, but click activate if you already confirmed that your first buy is 50. Okay, so something we are going to edit, since we are looking at the market in the 15 minutes, we are not going to take this profit. It is too much. We are going to take 1.1 to 1.5 depending on your risk appetite. So I would say that 1.2 is good. Remember, when the market will rise 1.2, it makes a callback of 0.1, then your robot will be selling at exactly 1.1 or above. So I would say 1.2 is enough. 1.2 is enough. And little profits, though you take little profits repeatedly, you can make it. Remember, we are counting, or we are focusing on the 4 first margin calls plus the first buy, which was the first buy was 50 plus the 4 margin calls that consumed 50, giving you 100. So what is 1.1% of the 10 of the $100? Meaning in each cycle you'll be getting 1.1. But who knows how many times your robot will sell? How many times your robot will sell? No one knows. So you click save, then click activate, I understand, then click create so that your robot buys. This is what I was showing you, that within the short time frame, markets tend to rise faster, fall down faster, rise faster, fall down faster. So in these cycles we want to benefit from them. Each time the market drops, our robot will buy. It rises, it sells. It drops again, it buys. It rises, it sells. Drops again, it buys. It rises, it sells. So how many times do you think your robot will buy? Remember, we are focusing on coins that are highly volatile and they are pumping. Meaning we will have several trades in that cycle mode. So I know most of you now begin to say that $1.1 is little. Yes, it is little. But imagine, let's take an example. Your robot takes like 5 cycles a day. It will give you 5.5 in this strategy. I told you that if you have your $400, divide it into 2, giving you $200 in each strategy. You put $200 in a cycle mode and $200 in a one-shot mode. So in your one-shot mode, you make your profit. Remember, you are going to be trading on the 3%. What is 3% of $200? Or we shall take a minimum of $100. 3% of $100, giving you 3. And if you are lucky enough and wise enough in your trade picking, or in the strategies you are using to pick coins, and you pick those highly volatile coins, you can make 2 to 3 successful trades a day. Now let's take an average of 2 trades. Each trade is giving you $3 times 2, giving you a 6, plus the 5.5 from the cycle mode, giving you 11.5, plus, remember we are not calculating the margin calls. So do you see how you end up your day with at least 15, even if it is $10 on a daily basis? $10. Is that bad? Is that bad? I'm not going to talk about the one shot mode because I know most of you that's the one you use. In fact, you know it better than anything else. So I wanted to share with you the cycle mode, how to set it and how it works. And I believe that in today's video you have managed to pick something, and if so, please share with your friends and give me a like if at all this video was helpful. Other words from me to you is a nice time. Continue showing the love, continue subscribing so that we reach our goal. Our goal is to start to stream these classes live on YouTube, but we are still few subscribers. So keep on subscribing and invite your friends so that they join us on our journey to becoming crypto independent. Our goal is to own our future in our hands, not depending on someone else. Guys, from me to you is a nice time. Thanks for your time.